Hi everybody, it's Mr. Barton for Victory Physical Education Online, and we are here today to talk about a game called Homeland. Now this is one of the large group games that I play throughout the school year, and this is a fun game, a lot of throwing and catching, and I tell the kids a lot of cardio, a lot of running around, creating space, denying space, and it is something you play in the gym. You will need probably 8 to 10 foam balls, and you will need some jerseys. I've been having students wear the jerseys like tucked into the side of their shirt or wrapped around their arm instead of putting them on over their head during the pandemic, because it's just easier, I guess. So that's what I'm doing. And in the gym, the setup for the gym, you could use a half-court you could use a full court or a half-court basketball court. And what you have you see these two lines here, and I put some tape down on the floor. And this I call, on this side of the line is called Exile Island. And then I put a line right down the center, which is the center line, which they have to stay on one side of. So, and in the middle here, you see about 8 foam balls. So that's how you do the setup for Homeland. So, I wanted to show you, so we'll say that this is the south side team. This is the north side team. All right, the south side team would start on this side. This is their homeland, all right? But I have them start there, but I send them to this over here. This is the south sides, and I call it Exile Island. So they start over here, but then I make sure I space them out in a very large area, which I call Exile Island. I do this also for the north side team, who starts initially on the north side. All right, so they start here on the north side, and then I tell them that this is their homeland, the north side, but then I move them to Exile Island over here. So this is the north Exile Island. So that is the setup that you get them started. So you do want to start them on their sides and let them know that this is the south side, that is the north side, and then have them switch and go across. Okay? What you do then is you have one player from the north, from the south, goes back to their side. So that south side player would come back. So I have one south side player back in their homeland, and the remaining people are in Exile Island. And I also do that for the north side, is I send one north side player back. All right? I let them know their job is to get the players from their team back onto their homeland. They do that by throwing and catching. So there's a lot of, the skill in this one is a lot of throwing and catching. Again, a lot of running around and guarding. Now, this south side player is allowed to go anywhere on their side. That includes back over in here. All right? So they can go anywhere on their side. But these north side players must, and that's important, that they must stay in Exile Island and do not cross that line. That goes also for the south side players. They do not cross that line. I know that's a bit confusing, okay, but they get the idea after a couple tries that they have to stay on that side of that line. Now, let's just say that the north side player picks up a ball, and they pick up one ball, or they can pick up 2 balls, and they throw that ball to a player from their team who is in exile, and they catch it. Once they catch that ball, that player that caught the ball then goes back to their homeland. All right? The object of this game is to get everybody back to your homeland. So the X's are trying to get everybody back to the north side. The circles are trying to get everybody back to the south side before the other team does. If you throw a ball to a player and they don't catch it, well, obviously they don't come over, they try again. Now, these south side players can block any balls that come to the north side, as long as they're on that side. So they can block. So I encourage any of the north side players in Exile Island to move around in that area. Don't just stand in one spot. Whereas these guys are also doing the same thing. You can have some X's also blocking, because they're allowed to go anywhere on this side. Whereas the O's can't cross that red line, and the X's on this side cannot cross that red line. First team to get everybody, okay, back on their side. So let's just say all the X's left here, and they got back on their side. before the O's did, that means the X's or the north side has won. Now, I play a couple rounds for this. Sometimes it can go rather slow, sometimes it can go fast, depending on what type of defense is being played. You can also add in the modification in this game that says that if an X throws to another X and an O intercepts it, okay, this is a modification, that X that threw that interception would have to go back to Exile Island. I usually play that modification after a couple versions of no interceptions, and then I throw in that interception rule. This is a good game, again, for throwing and catching, creating space, denying space, and also tons of cardio. I played this with a 5th grade class this morning, and they were hot, sweaty, and tired, so it definitely serves the purpose as a cardio exercise as well. The name of the game is called Homeland. Remember, the object of the game is to get everybody back on their side before the opposing team does. Give it a try. Now watch it in action.